Sorry, wait a moment. What the hell is your problem? Everyone is looking from Ira to Garen to the chair that just crashed on the floor next to the boy, barely missing him. Huh? Grachevskaya? The fuck? Is she insane? Somebody call the teacher! Not paying any mind to the commotion that has filled the classroom, Ira storms toward Garen. Her face is contorted with rage. Before he can react, she rips the notepad from his hand and slams it on my desk. I hastily grab onto it. Read that again and I'll kick your teeth in. Huh? Are you nuts? Ira doesn't respond. For a second, she just glares at him, then turns around and stomps back to her desk. The classmates who were caught up in a laughing fit just a moment ago are now watching her in silent bewilderment. They scold out of her way as she retrieves her bag, then heads towards the door. Crazy bitch! She ignores him. Grachevskaya, where are you going? Oh! Hey! Ira forcefully pushes past the teacher. You... Grachevskaya! What do you think you're doing? Your parents will hear about this. Her threat falls on deaf ears. I'm gonna be honest, I actually recorded like 5 minutes into this, but I forgot to record. I played 5. Everyone knew Grachevskaya. I really read this about. She's always been like that, I think. No, not throwing chairs around. Ira had no regard for the rules that everyone's supposed to follow. I guess they call someone like her a problem child. Her parents got a lot of flack for it. It's only normal in a town like ours. Not just because of its small size, but because of its, let's say, exclusivity. Vorkuta 5 prides itself on its virtually non-existent crime rate. That's the natural consequence of nobody being allowed to enter or exit without a permit. You're lucky to be here, to have a salary higher than the national average, to have access to goods people in the neighboring towns can't even dream of. Few get afforded such a privilege. Last time I checked, our population hasn't even hit 6,000. So when someone like Ira appears on this society's radar, she's not just seen as a delinquent. She's a puzzling stain on a community that's meant to be spotless. Like a weed that's sprouted in a painstakingly maintained flower garden. Apologize. Of course, it's not as if she had appeared out of thin air. It's all in the family, they say. The blame falls on the people responsible, that is, on Ira's parents. And questions begin to arise. Why is Grachevsky's daughter behaving like this? Is there trouble at home? Do they believe this is acceptable? Do they not teach her discipline? Do they not understand how fortunate they are? This is the part I haven't gotten to. They've been granted so much, yet they can't do the bare minimum in raising their own child. Do they really want to be here? Do we want them to be here? Do we want them to be here? I've heard a lot of talk like that. I've heard more after Ira threw the chair at Garen. I don't get why. Everyone is just having fun. And it was my fault for bringing the notebook anyway. I was hoping to write a little in the library once school was done, but my bag slipped and all the contents scattered on the floor. Of course they would get curious about it. Of course they want to read the silly things I wrote. It's not a big deal. It's not like I've ever taken poetry or drawing very seriously. Those are just fun distractions, nothing more. If people laugh, well, what's it matter to me? I couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't, but I still wanted to thank Era somehow. She rarely shows up to school, and even when she does, she can just leave at random. I couldn't get a hold of her for a long time because of that. Well, that, and also I was really scared. Era has never as much as looked at me. Even when she last out at garden, it was like I wasn't even there. But 2 weeks after the incident, it finally happened. We crossed paths. I went to the bathroom during some lesson. I think it was math. I came in through the door. Damn. And there she went, blowing white smoke through the half-open window. I didn't even know she was at school. Not the box outside without his hand. Oh! Hi! Mira shot me a disinterested look. Hi. I awkwardly scuttled past her to one of the stalls. After closing the door, I realized I was so nervous I couldn't do any of my business. So I just sat there, thinking about how I should approach her. It's not like I had some long conversation or formalities in mind. I just wanted to say thanks, in theory. It should have been easy. But wouldn't that make me look like a weirdo? Assuming she did all of that for me, that would just make me look self-centered. I had no idea how much time had passed while I was in the stall. Maybe 5 minutes, 20 seconds? But when I heard what sounded like her getting out the windowsill, I swung open the door. Wait! Huh? I froze up. She stood next to the window, bag in hand. The cold draft wafted through her hair. I had something to say. I got this rare chance. The world gave me this rare chance to tell her what I wanted. But what am I supposed to say? Thank you? After I just stumbled out of the toilet stall? What? She raised an eyebrow. I just stood there with my mouth helplessly open, as if every word in the Russian dictionary got wiped from my brain. Whatever. Wait. Please. I took a step towards her and jolted my way like if I were a leper. I took a step towards her and she jolted away like I were a leper. I didn't know what I should say or ask. I just knew I had to say something, even if it was the first thing that popped to mind. What? What the hell do you want? Isn't it cold? Huh? The windowsill. When you sat smoking there, right by the window, I thought, weren't you cold like that? Eh? She blinks. Not really. Maybe a little. Thought so. These experience. Anything else? No. I mean, yes. I'm sorry that I got you into trouble. Well, I heard you got into a lot of trouble after that. You know, when Garen read my stupid poetry. I'm sorry for that. She eyed me for several seconds, which to me felt like an eternity. She then sighed and slowly flipped her hair back. And why are you apologizing? That had nothing to do with you. Huh? Well, I guess not. His voice was getting on my nerves. I see. I looked down at the tiled floor. I knew that was the case, of course. It's not like I was hoping Ira jumped in to defend my honor or anything of the sort. I wanted to thank her regardless of intent. But no matter how hard I thought and tried to word it, everything just came out sounding awkward or wrong. Odd kids. Why does this always happen? The soles of her boots squeaked against the floor. She spun around and walked towards the door, and this time I made no attempt to stop her. Your poetry isn't stupid. Huh? If there wasn't a sound effect, I would be making it myself. I stood there, dumbfounded. Did she just say that? Did I hear it right? Your poetry isn't stupid. Does that mean she likes it? Ira likes my poetry? Ira Krajewskaya? The bell rang and snapped me out of my short-term stupor. I shook my head. Right. I need to get back to the classroom. I doubted Ira was going to be there at the next lesson. I washed my hands from nothing in particular. It's a public restroom. Weeks passed. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the same lessons, then went to the store, then to the library or for a walk, and then, when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Huh? My notebook. Just left it to get a snack from the cafeteria. Where did it go? Oh, Shubida. We borrowed your homework for a second. You don't mind, right? Sorry, wrong. Oh, Shubida. We borrowed your homework for a second. You don't mind, right? It's fine. Thanks. By the way, is this supposed to be you? He left a scrap of paper up to me. Oh no. I forgot I left it in there. No, it's just a drawing. Yeah. You sure? It really looks like you if you were a pretty. It's not me. Whatever you say. Sometimes my classmates joke around with me. Joke. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say, "None of your business," if I did. And she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I started doing it when I was just walking home from school, or to store, or just wandering around the streets, killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new roads. It's embarrassing to think about it now, but Ira. She just walks past me in the corridor. Not even a nod, not even a look in my direction. I guess I don't exactly stand out in the crowd, but no, it's my fault for mumbling. I should have spoken louder, even though it took all of my courage just to mutter that much. Even though I definitely think she should have heard it. Hey, Vadin. What? Remember when I gave you 50 kopecks? Can I have it back? 50 kopecks? When was that again? Last Friday. Jesus. You remember things like that? I just noticed her profile is sideways. That's now that I comment on it, it's kind of weird. Goofy. Can I have it back? Man, I don't even man, I don't even remember taking it. You sure you're not making this up? Maybe you gave it to someone else. No, it was you. Jeez. I don't freaking know. It's half a ruble. Shubina, who gives a shit? Yeah, why do you care so much? So petty. You probably just lost it or something. My eyes keep snapping to the doorway. It's empty, of course. What am I waiting for? Even if she showed up, what would she do? Mug him in front of everyone? That would be really funny. Hey, stop thinking that. Maybe he really did forget. Who knows? I really shouldn't be upset. It's not that much. You could go grocery shopping with that, but it's not the end of the world. I'm not exactly starving. Lately I've been eating too much junk anyways. Yeah, maybe if I eat less of this stuff, my skin will clear up. That'd be nice. Asya, you don't use makeup at all, right? No, I don't. We're not allowed to, though. What are you saying? He allowed it last year. Really? Nobody's gonna send you home for it. Oh, that's good, I guess. These girls rarely talk to me. They're usually pretty nice though. At least when they're not joking along with the guys. I think one of them likes Buddy. She laughs a lot whenever she says something to me. Anything to me. I suppose we have very different senses of humor. But you never tried it before, yeah? Makeup? No, never. Seriously? You're like 15 already. 14. Same thing. You gotta learn to do it at some point. Especially with that complexion. Well, I'm not really. Hey, how about we help you out? Huh? Yeah. Just some light makeup. You'll see what it's like. I don't know. Come on, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, you're gonna love it. Alright, but yeah! Yay! Come here then. Come here and kiss me on my hot mouth. I don't think people do unpleasant things on purpose. Nobody wakes up in the morning with a goal to make somebody feel bad. Yeah, I really believe in that. If someone is doing something hurtful, they don't fully understand it. So I shouldn't wish bad things on people who don't really know that they're being mean. I shouldn't wish for Ira to appear and interrupt them, or to scream at them, or to punish them, or anything. I can still hear everyone's laughing as I run out the corridor. Man. I know. And this fuck it. Asha's such a bum. I'm covering my face. I don't really need teachers seeing me like that. At least the toilet's closed, so I can wash off this mess up quickly. Boh. Boh. Why is this there? Why is there sound effect there? I should stop falling for these pranks, but sorry. I lift my face without thinking. Oh no. the hell? Ira jerks away from me. I can't blame her. I must look like an insane person. Yeah, I look awful. God, I can't handle her looking at me like that. I'm sorry. Huh? I run past her. Run. I just need to get to the restroom. I just need to wash it off. Splash. After about a month, reality had dawned on me. I kept telling myself that Ira's actions had nothing to do with me. She told me that much, and in no uncertain terms. She said that, and I kept repeating it again and again, and again and again. But I didn't believe it. On some level, I still held on to the faint hope that Ira pitied me, that she cared about me for God knows what reason. No, really, what was the reason? Her lashing out at a classmate for a pound she found annoying, one who just so happened to make fun of me, her not joining in, her telling me she liked my writings. She didn't even say that much. She said they weren't stupid. Oi! 3 coins clinked against my desk. 20, 10. So he remembered. There. Thanks for the unforgettable night. Everyone erupts. Sneakers. You're not hungry. You're not you. When you're hungry. You're a cheap deal. You free later? Very funny. Oh please, Shubina. Get a sense of humor. Your face is dragging down the class morale. That's right. You're doing us all a disservice. Think of your classmates for once. Maybe their voices. I let myself believe something would change. I thought about it as if I deserved it, as if I didn't have it good enough before, as if my life had any real problems. I was just being greedy, plain and simple, getting my hopes up over some silly coincidence. It's all so stupid, I can't help but laugh. But that's okay. I know better now. I was being ridiculous. It's shameful to admit it, but better late than never, right? I got a little too caught up in my own little world. And hey, even if they didn't amount to anything, I can still appreciate those little encounters with Ira for what they were. Brief but wonderful moments. I could reminisce fondly about that one time I looked out and saw Jordan all scared and confused. Or at one time somebody gave my work a compliment, backhanded as it was. I could do that, because everyone does that. Everyone has those little things they say, they look back on with a smile. It's beautiful on its own way, is it not? Our whole lives are a series of episodes, both good and bad. It doesn't matter if they grow into a bigger story, because each moment has a lot of merit on it of its own. It's something I should learn to be content with. It's something I should have perfectly be, it's something I've been it's something I've been perfectly content with until now. Until I decided what I had was enough. Speaking objectively, what is there to complain about? No, seriously. I live in the prettiest part of our vast country. I have a comfortable roof over my head and even my own room. I have 2 living parents. I have wonderful hobbies to enjoy, people to ride on, books to read, TV to watch. I buy myself treats almost every day after I'm done with school. I have good grades, and teachers tell me I have great potential. My classmates also recognize how studious I am. I help them with their studies when they ask me to. That's right. I've got classmates I can always talk to. Guys I can laugh along with, even if their jokes don't always land. Even my sense of humor isn't the best. All of this, I have all of this. Right here, right now. Everything that a girl my age could ever ask for. So why did I act as if that weren't enough? You idiot! What? Hold on. Why the hell do you want to go along with some bullshit? So, Hera looks like she's going to slap me, but instead swings her hood against the snow. She then turns to me, starts roughly swiping out of straws cut my throat. My whole body feels slightly numb. As I speak, my voice comes out weaker than expected. Hera, how did you know I was here? Doesn't matter. I heard that asshole Garen was giggling about it. Can you stand? Yeah? I promptly get up. I know you shouldn't sit unconscious when it's cold. I wouldn't normally. But there was nowhere else to sit near the school's back entrance, and my legs started to get tired. I frantically shook the snow off my skirt and pants. The flicks fall gently on the ground below. I look at Aira, and her face is, the word concern flashed in my head, but I've already learned I'm not good at judgments like that. I should look for something. It's a bad habit. I shouldn't flatter myself. I shouldn't. The question escapes me, but I managed to cut myself short. So, here, what do you mean, why? I told you, Garen was bragging about sleeping in that stupid ladder. Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. Huh? Well, this doesn't have anything to do with you, does it? As soon as I say that out loud, I realize I messed up. I really did. Now she's going to punch me. Hera's gonna punch me for real. She's gonna punch me and never speak to me again. I didn't say sorry. I just did to the incoming physical, verbal, I don't care. I earned it. I thought this bitch hates herself. For fuck's sake. Actual bitch made. Holy shit. No, not really. At all. It's just annoying. Is that so? Yeah. It pissed me off. And you pissed me off too. I don't freaking get you. You know it isn't real. There's no way you believe that, right? Right? I didn't believe it. I'm not that stupid. I looked down at the moist and comfort letter I forgot I'm still holding. It's the oldest bit in the book. A love letter crack? Really? Who would fall for that? I stared at the shriveled up crisp paper and something about its tone feels extremely sad to me. You wanna burn it? I have nothing. Oh. She rocks! This lady rocks! Oh, no thanks. It's wet anyway. I fold the letter and shove it into my pocket. will get damp inside, but I don't care. I can't throw it away. So, a fake confession is still a confession indeed. Those words you can choose to be written insincerely. That's okay. Even if this whole thing is real. I'm an era today. Irakean. After all these weeks of praying. Irakean. Thank you. Oh, that's sweet. That's a sweet smile. I smiled at her. Even after I said I had confronted it, though, like as I was saying it to you, to myself, to the world, I knew that I was lying. I can throw away that last dumb upset I know I had. The hope I had. That small involuntary thought that crept into my mind whenever I felt slightly lonelier than usual. Even if it took so long to finally change. I didn't do anything. Okay, oh my god, I did go there. Rascal. It was Russia. Is she really? That's cute. It's so cute. Huh? What's with you? Right. I'm dreaming like an idiot. Sorry. I'm fine. Whatever. I'm going home. What? Already? Here, I'll give you a quick once over. You take care. Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye! We wave at each other and I want to disappear behind the phone. I hesitate. Maybe I shouldn't. It feels like there is still so much I want to say to her. I don't know what or why, but I just know that it's a lot. I turn and walk a couple steps in the direction of my home. No. Take my life. I run back. Is she growing a spine? Crap, my legs are still so stiff. I turn the same corner that Ada passed not even a minute ago. And she's already gone. The snow here isn't deep enough to leave clear footprints. Not that I could be destined enough to follow. Ha! I think she always really check it out. No, run away. Fuck you, run away. Really good ambience. Not ambience. You know what I mean. Something I could fall asleep to. It's okay. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library or for a walk, and then when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joke around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me I should say, "None of your business." If I did, then she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the streets, killing time. Man, it's probably gonna end up being gay, but I think it might have this slim possibility that it ends up being platonic. It might. I don't mind either way, it's been a while since the story has been so. What's the word? What's the term? Not clear cut. Not clear cut, I guess. Sorry, fucking. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. As naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it. Again and again. Walking and walking, praying and praying. You assholes ever shut up? Huh? Oh, this bitch. Nobody saw Ira enter the class. Everyone was too busy whistling and laughing. And she caught me in a really dumb pose. Well, that's on me. I wouldn't have chosen dead if I knew she'd see me like that. Though choosing truth when playing with these guys, I'm not sure what's worse. Oh well. I'm saying all this, but I got what was coming to me. I chose to embarrass myself, and as I did so, I kept begging, wishing as hard as I could for Ira to appear. And so she did. Magic! And now, despite the overwhelming shame, I feel so happy that I might explode. Ira walked to the desk, barely paying me a passing glance. All the boys got out of her way, only Garen doesn't. Move. Nah. What's the rush? Come play with us, dude. Huh? Hey dude, you serious? Come on. Have some fun for a change. Look, Shubi does having fun. Right, Shubi? Please don't look. Yes. See? Ira doesn't flinch. Out of my way. Or what? Gonna throw a chair at me? To everyone's surprise, Ira calmly puts her bag on the nearest desk. She starts digging through it without saying a word. Garen lets out an awkward chuckle. What? Got a grenade in there or something? She looks at him. Whoa! Whoa! Garen jumps back, bumping into another student. What the fuck? Everyone shifts away. What was that? Huh? What the hell? You... Oh! Oi! Wow! Crazy lesbian! My favorite! Something silvery shines in Ida's hand. It's a bow compass? Is that... You serious? She doesn't say anything. The room fills with low murmurs that quickly turn into cheers. Psycho, nutcase, crazy bitch. Ira lowers the compass and makes her way to the desk, looking unbothered. It's just like that last time. Ira saved me without acknowledging my existence. Maybe some onlookers, though most people will think she didn't plan on helping at all. And that's what I'm inclined to think as well. Yet, my unreasonable heart is still elated, and I'm getting some really silly thoughts. 2 times when Ira lashed out at Garen were the 2 times she saw me laughing at my expense. She saw him laughing at my expense. That can't be a coincidence, right? Of course it can. It was only 2 times. 2 times and weeks apart. You'd be an idiot to think otherwise. God. Yes, I guess you're right. It's the only logical train of thought. I should agree. I would agree. If only if I didn't do anything, really. If only Ira didn't show up that day. It's been 2 weeks since then and I haven't stopped replaying that moment in my mind. Over and over and over and over and over. I didn't get sad about Ira ignoring me at school or anywhere anymore. Because in that moment I got all the justification I could ask for. It was everything that I could have hoped for. But I'm still a very greedy person. Still not good enough. I still keep looking for her when I'm out. It's almost ridiculous how hard it can be to catch a person in a town this small. So at some point I started to wonder. I saw my classmates regularly just out and about. Apologies. Strolling along the main street, at the courtyards, the community center, at the store, at the cafe, they weren't hard to run into. But it was if Ira spent all her time at home, which could be the case, but didn't sound like something she'd do. From what I heard, from what I heard and could assume, she didn't have the best relationship with her parents. Spending hours in a home like that every day? No, I really doubt that. The other, more probable option was that she preferred the outskirts. Maybe she didn't want to be bothered? That sounded like her. Well, despite that being highly likely, I was hoping to just do that, bother the heck out of her. I felt almost brave about it. And I could totally get pissed. She could push me away. She could even attack me. Whoa! For some reason, I really didn't think she would. My breath halted. Oh. Hey. Hi! The vents near the Research Institute expel hot air. Oh, conspiracy? Oh my. Nobody really goes here, aside from the staff coming out for a smoke. I never ran into any, but the ground here is littered with cigarette butts, so that's a safe bet in my book. Why is Hera here of all places? Is she a test subject? Oh. Again? Huh? How many times can you buy into stupid pranks? They seriously sent you all the way here? What? No! I didn't get any letters. I didn't get any letters after that. I'm just taking a stroll. A stroll? Here? Yes. Okay. Hera gives you an incredulous look. Do you like smoke? No, I don't. Why? It's a smoking area. Yes. I know that. I wanna try then. What? Smoking? Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you. Okay. She shrugs. Why this sound effect? Sorry, I've been giving Asha a lot of shit, but I do like her. Just, I wish she grew a spine, which is why I'm complaining. As if she were a real person. Very charming character. Awkward start. I can't let it end here. I need to just, and what about you, Ira? What about me? Why are you here? Were you at the institute? Yeah. Something like that. Something like that? My mom works here. She forgets her lunch sometimes. Oh, you bring her lunch? That's what I said. That's so sweet. Eh? I mean, it's really nice, and you look out for the mom. It's whatever, huh? It's not. I know it's not. With all I've heard about her family, the fact that she still goes out of her way like that, it's really amazing. The thought of doing something like that for my parents has never crossed my mind. Damn. Fuck me. I mean, if I was told to deliver something like that, I would. But Ira's different. She wouldn't do something just because she was ordered to. You have to really care about it. So, hold on a moment. Fuck, I'm sweaty. She'd have to really care about it. Crap. That proves it. Ira and I aren't weren't cut from the same fuck. Ira and I weren't cut from the same cloth, and I spend my days looking for some excuses to stave off the minute I have. Oh my god, I'm going insane. When I spend my days looking for excuses to stave off the minute the minute I come home, Ira is cooking, packing lunch, and carrying it to the edge of town. That goes against everything I've heard. But it makes so much sense. That's why I never see her on the street. That's why she doesn't have time to sit at the cafe. That's why she doesn't idle away at the community center. That's why she's such a caring person. That's why I'm such a piece of trash. That's why I'm such a piece of trash. No. Oh. She only said her mom forgets lunch sometimes. Lunches are prepared in advance. It doesn't take long to get to the institute, even if you walk from the other side of town. Yes, that's true. She'd still have plenty of spare time. This doesn't work. This explanation doesn't work. Oh my god. Hira walks back into the building. God. This is a kind of autism never before seen in fiction. Do I really need an explanation? It's none of my business. I'm not so delusional as to believe we're close enough to share something like that. That'd be nice, but it's not how things work. Things work like this. When Ira's in the room, Garen doesn't talk to me as much. When she isn't, I wish she would be. Your friend's not here today. Who do you think? Oh, she's not really my friend. You're a pitbull then. Pitbull? Yeah, that's spot on. You can't make a harmless joke around that chick without her throwing a conniption fit. It's annoying as shit. Conniption. I don't think Vadim would know that word.